Figured I would make my first video about game selection, because when a lot of people have come into my chat and asked me, you know, they said to me, Jaharaj, what should I do to become a good streamer, a big streamer? First of all, I'm not sure why you're asking me. I'm not a big streamer. I'm not a small streamer. What's the threshold for small streamer? Anyway, they come into chat and they say, what should I do? I want to become a streamer. And one of the main questions attached to that is, what game should I play? So let's talk about that. What game should you play if you want to be a successful streamer with people viewing you, watching you stream? Should you play the games you want, or should you play the games that are most popular? Now, I've noticed quite a bit of discourse around this, and keep in mind, there are a lot of good points on either side of this argument, but what I'm gonna talk about in this video is what I did when I first started streaming, incidentally, and how it got me to where I am at today with an average of about 65 viewers concurrent, right? Not huge, not small. When I first started streaming, I didn't start with the goal to gain a lot of viewers. I wanted to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild because I'd been playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for months. And I just wanted to be able to play with people that might be interested in seeing the game like I was. Got myself a Twitch account created. My fiance helped me because he was watching people play Magic the Gathering on Twitch. I already had a camera and a mic because I happened to be a Japanese tutor. And it was purely by accident that I chose this game. But I noticed that almost immediately I had people coming into my stream. Not a lot. For the first few days, one person, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, right? But as I went on for a few days, I was streaming every single day, because what else was I doing in the evenings besides playing a video game? Might as well play it on Twitch. And streaming every day, I noticed a steady increase of people coming through and saying hello to me. And that increased. It wasn't until months into streaming that I realized that I'd kind of just lucked into a really good strategy, if you will, for getting viewers into your stream like early on in your streaming career. The strategy was that I had chosen to stream a game that was not oversaturated with viewers. Oversaturated, right? I'm sure that's a term that a lot of streaming gurus have used, but like, what does that mean? Streaming a game that isn't oversaturated is extremely important, I found, especially really early on in your streaming career. Because if you choose to play a game that has so many viewers and streamers, it's going to be hard for people to find you, because at the end of the day, when Twitch typically organizes channels within a game category by the number of viewers per channel, right? So if you are starting out and you have 0 viewers, you're going to be at the very bottom of the scroll on a PC or on a phone or whatever. Do you want to be at the bottom of 4,000 people, or do you want to be at the bottom of 100 people? So let me give some examples of really popular games, obviously because they're fun and they're competitive. People like to play them, and what the channels are like. So Call of Duty, 8,071 channels currently streaming Call of Duty. League of Legends, 4,468 channels currently streaming League of Legends. Fortnite, 4,790 channels currently streaming Fortnite. Yes, there are a lot of viewers in that channel, but what's the likelihood that someone who just wants to watch a Fortnite streamer, doesn't have anyone they watch normally, feels like watching Fortnite today, types in Fortnite, gets to the category? If you are brand new and you have 1 to 5 viewers, you're at the very bottom of 4,790. How many scrolls is that? How many people have the patience to go all the way down? Obviously, there are people that kind of make a hobby of finding smaller streamers, and they do that intentionally. But the majority of the time, people are going to scroll a few times, find a good sweet spot, someone that looks interesting, and click on them. It's hard for you to be discoverable if you're at the bottom of a list of 4,000 people. Call of Duty, 8,000 people? 8,000 people. That's intense. Okay, so now let me give you an example of some other games that I've personally played on stream and how many channels are typically streaming on there. So the first would obviously be the game that I started in, which was Zelda Breath of the Wild. And there were 121 channels, last time I checked, currently streaming Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's significantly less than the others. Obviously, I would still be at the bottom when I started, but it doesn't take nearly as much effort to get to the bottom of that if you're looking for a smaller streamer. If you're looking for a smaller streamer, I might be like one of 10 people within the 100 that have like 0 to 2 viewers, rather than one of 500, one of 200 people that have 0 to 10 viewers, you know? Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley had 400 streamers currently streaming it. Final Fantasy XIV online MMO, 464 channels streaming it. Hades, popular game at the time, has lost a little bit of traction because it's older, but it was really fun. 34 people currently streaming it. Elder Scrolls Online, 150 channels streaming Elder Scrolls Online. So these are kind of sweet spot channels that I found because the number of channels is on the lower side, but the number of viewers is still decent. Obviously, a lot less viewers than are in Call of Duty, but you're just so much more visible when there aren't as many channels playing the same game. Obviously, the number of people viewing these smaller games is significantly smaller than their larger counterpoints, but the ratio is what we're looking at. The ratio of viewers to streamer is actually going to typically be higher because of that, right? So you're exponentially more discoverable, as viewers may only have to scroll a few times to find you. So moving on from that, now within several months of streaming Zelda Breath of the Wild, I completed it several times over. And I didn't want to stream Zelda for the rest of my streaming career, which is totally possible. You can be a Zelda Breath of the Wild streamer. It's being done, but it's not something that I figured I wanted to do for myself. Okay, you can be a single game streamer. Totally viable. They totally exist, right? Even for non-competitive online games, you can make that happen. Speed running, lots of avenues. But by the time that I decided I didn't want to stream Zelda all the time anymore, I had reached enough concurrent viewers that I was reliably within the top 3 to 5 streamers in the Breath of the Wild category. And when that happened, I'd seen a significant uptick in the amount of people that were coming and going in my stream. So I was getting more followers, more chat conversation, and more lurkers constantly because I was right up there when you open the category. Top 3 to 5. I was somewhere in there. So it was easy for people to open up Breath of the Wild, see me, and click. So when I decided that I wanted to move games, I did a little bit of experimentation, and I found that when I went to games that were too big, like 10,000 viewers, or on the opposite end, games that were too small, like 300 viewers, that I saw a significant dip in my metrics. Now, this isn't to say that I don't play games that I want to play. We do an indie spotlight weekly, Tuesdays, where we play smaller, lesser known indie games. And I also do a Minecraft night, community night on Wednesdays, where I play with my community. And Minecraft is a huge channel with over 100,000 viewers within that. And yeah, my metrics are a little bit lower when I play those games, but that's something that I do because I want to, and I like to, and I enjoy hanging out with my community and putting some spotlight on some of those indie developers. But that's also something that I'm prepared for and I understand. However, as I fancy myself a streamer with aspirations of growth, these are just things that I research before I choose a game. I don't just choose a game because I want to play it. I will choose a newer game based off of kind of measuring that medium sizeness of the game. Smaller amount of channels streaming it with still a decent amount of viewers within the channel to be adequately distributed throughout the channels that exist within that category. I just want to make sure that I'm playing games that entertain me and my community and put me in a position where I can have continued and increased growth. But anyway, I hope that tip helped. And don't forget that I stream pretty much every day on Twitch from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and also from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So those are my day streams, and then the rest of the days I do evening streams. I'll see you over there.